The daughter of ex-Tottenham manager Peter Shreeves hurled wet cement and spat at her neighbours as she waged a hate campaign against them, a court heard. Joanne Shreeves, 52, yelled abuse at neighbour Sandra Durden, 58, and her then-husband Trevor Dempsey, 62, before spitting at their son, Mitchell, Stratford Magistrates Court was told. In another instance she allegedly swore at and made a slit-throat gesture at her neighbour. The continual threats left the family, who eventually moved due to the alleged abuse, fearful to go into their garden. CCTV footage shown in court yesterday showed Shreeves on one occasion hurling rocks and wet cement over the fence, hitting Mr. Dempsey. In the video Shreeves is seen grabbing a shovel from a cupboard, before chucking cement at the couple as they walk by in their garden. He told the court, "I'm working in the garden. We kept being prodded with broomsticks, branches, then Joanne Shreeves came out with a shovel and threw cement over on our side, landing on me and my wall." She is also said to have caused £2,667 worth of damage to Mr. Dempsey's bespoke potting shed. Listing the damages, he said drain covers were broken with the rocks, along with flowers, both jasmine and sunbeam. He added, damage to the building which is shown on evidence where rocks have come over, damage to the back gate, cement up the window, cement up the wall, black and yellow tapes were thrown over, solar panel lights were pushed over, 2 cameras were hosepiped down to stop the filming. Other footage shows her shouting and swearing as she kicks the garden fence between the 2 houses. Ms. Durden had been gardening in her home in the Ridgeway, Chingford on August 6, 2020. When Shreeves came out and began kicking in the fence, calling them F** and threatening the family. She told the court, she said, "Do you know what happens to dirty C** and you won't have a family?" She was threatening me, making threats to my family as well whilst kicking the fence in. "We're trapped. We can't even live in our own house, that's why we moved." On a separate occasion, Shreeves had returned from a night out on the evening of December 20, 2020, and spotted Ms. Durden putting Christmas lights on a tree in her garden. Further CCTV footage shown in court captures the moment Shreeves allegedly spits at Ms. Durden's son Mitchell before laughing and walking away. Ms. Durden said, "I saw it with my own eyes, she spat on my son, I was absolutely disgusted by it." Mitchell Durden told the court he was left feeling humiliated after Shreeves spat at him. He added, "It was during the COVID pandemic and there was no vaccine, I was terrified." At another point during the neighborhood feud, Ms. Durden said she heard some noise and looked out of the window to see Shreeves looking at her. She said Shreeves called her a dirty C** and she replied, "So are you." Ms. Durden added, she turns around, makes a slit-throat gesture, and goes, you're dead, whilst we were in our own house. Shreeves was previously convicted of common assault in relation to Mitchell Durden and criminal damage in respect of a shed, fence and garden flowers to the value of £440. Speaking in court today, Shreeves denied the accusations, claiming she did not spit at their son, claiming she stuck her tongue towards the cameras and did not even see him. All she did was stick her tongue out at their CCTV cameras. Giving, she said, "I poked my tongue out because I felt like I was being watched. While I was being watched, I tried, my door which was locked, turn around and walk into my front door. At no point did I spit, I've never spat at anyone, I stuck my tongue out in a silly gesture at the camera that is actually opposite me, I didn't see Mitchell." Footage was played in court in which Mitchell gestures to the side of his face, after he was allegedly spat at. Shreeves said, "I think anybody can see that that's quite a little bit of acting from Mitchell. That is not me laughing. There was no laughing going on, not from me." She went on to deny that she was ever aggressive to her neighbors and told the judge, "I certainly never went out or targeted anyone ever." Asked about footage showing her allegedly made a slit-throat gesture to Mr. Dempsey and Ms. Durden, she told the court, "I didn't do that action, I was just wiping away sweat. It was very hot that day, I had been picking up very heavy sacks, I don't bother myself with what they are doing. I came out my house and had the mobile phone to film myself and try and protect myself." I'm singing a bit and putting the rubbish out for my mum. I didn't threaten anyone, I didn't say a word, I didn't say anything to Sandra, I didn't say anything to Trevor. I didn't even see them. This has been going on for 2 years. You're talking about some isolated incidents, you don't know the whole story, Shreeves added. She was also convicted of 2 counts of threatening behavior with intent in relation to the couple by a judge at Stratford Magistrates Court in May. Shreeves had failed to attend her trial due to illness, but she has always claimed CCTV footage of her spitting and swearing had been doctored by her neighbours. She was then granted a retrial by District Judge William Nelson in August after she successfully applied to reopen the case. She appeared in court today wearing a pink blazer, black trousers, and matching top, shook her head and raised her eyebrows as her former neighbors gave their evidence. She denies all the charges against her. Giving evidence, Trevor Dempsey told the court Shreeves attacked the garden fence with a broom on October 24, 2020. She's attacking my property, attacking everything, not the first time, whilst I'm out, and it's been going on for 18 months. The retrial will resume back at the same court on February 2, 2023.